Hey everybody, Maher here, and this is the gospel for the first Sunday of Advent. This is from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 13. Jesus said to his disciples, "Be watchful, be alert. You do not know when the time will come. It is like a man traveling abroad. He leaves home and places his servants in charge, each with his own work, and orders the gatekeeper to be on the watch. Watch, therefore. You do not know when the Lord of the house is coming, whether in the evening or at midnight or at cockcrow or in the morning. May he not come suddenly and find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to all. Watch." When my wife and I first had when we first had our kids and they were newborns, I always take night duty. And some of that's just because I'm a bit of a night owl, especially when I was younger. And so it just came naturally to me to stay awake. I like doing it. And being alert and being awake that late at night, it can get hard after a while. Something really happens when you reach a point of exhaustion and you fall asleep and you can't stay awake. And I don't think that that's actually what Jesus is talking about in this gospel at all. I think the sense of being alert and being awake that he's talking about is not something that's at a detriment to ourselves. And I think sometimes in the spiritual journey, we can often confuse growing in a sense of discipline with just not taking care of ourselves. I think staying awake and staying alert in this particular instance is obviously about your heart and your soul being alert and being awake. And I think the only way that truly happens in the life of someone is that it's not so much about what we're doing as about who we're doing it with. Staying awake to the presence of God is ultimately just staying in the presence of God. And the more that you're in that presence, the more you're consistently in the presence of God, the more attuned you are to it. I've gotten to the point now as a parent where if I hear a sound coming out from one of my kids' rooms, I'm up there in 4 seconds from my bed. I can be dead asleep, and this has happened, and my kids have woken up with nightmares because I've spent so much time around them. I know their voice. I can't think how much infinitely more the Father in heaven knows our voice. But he wants us to spend time with him so that we know his voice. And so we can be attuned and be alert to his presence and his spirit, so that as it moves in the tiniest and most minuscule of ways, we can respond. And that's what this first Sunday of Advent God is asking you to do, is just to spend more time with him and being alert to him so that you can be more quick to respond and less slow to respond, maybe a little bit less sluggish to his presence. So my encouragement to you this week as you're preparing for Christmas is just literally take 5 minutes, even 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes a day. And if you're good with 5, go to 10. If you're good at 10, go to 15. But just to be attuned to his presence, take time, read the scriptures, pray, make room for his presence to grow in your life this Advent.